What's going on, guys? Angry Manduke here again, and as you can see, I'm in a hotel room, not in a truck. So, what am I angry about? Well, the whole reasoning. This is going to be a long story. Well, maybe not a long story, but it's going to be a story. And of course, before I get into that, I want to tell you if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. I post videos like this quite often. So the story is, and for those that are following me, you know that I already had my first truck, and my first truck, well, it expired.
Shouldn't call it that.
No, it didn't really expire. It didn't start rotting in the fridge or something, but it got sold. And now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, or more specifically, Lithia Springs. Came here originally last Tuesday. Tuesday, I had some safety stuff that I had to do. I had to do simulators and e-trainers, and I had to talk to some people. Then I also had to talk to fleet assignments because my truck was sold, so they had to give me another one.
Bad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Now, I specifically told the guy that I wanted a Kenworth or a Peterbilt, that I did not want a newer Freightliner. But he said he only had one truck to give, and he gave me this newer Freightliner. Regrettably, I didn't want to be away from the road, so I took it. I moved into it, and I left the next day.
Call me pretentious, but there is some appeal in that.
I didn't get very far away. I think I had one delivery that was in the same zip code, so I got 20 bucks for that one, and then I had another one that was like 200 miles. On the 200-mile run, I discovered an issue with this truck that I could not have found while I was, doing the inspection that you do when you get assigned a truck, where you talk about, the things that are broken.
What? Piece of Gosa? But it is a piece of Gosa.
That problem was actually, one, that the cruise control was governed at 65 and it's supposed to be governed at 68, and Werner owes me one. And then when I hit a bump, the cruise control didn't work at all. Now that throws up a red flag because that's a serious issue. Is it really a serious issue to me? I can work my foot, but I don't really want to, especially not in that seat. That seat is uncomfortable. The 2016, not so bad. The 2017, the seat feels like a piece of plywood with some fabric on it, and everybody's going to tell me, well, you can get something to pad your seat so that it's more comfortable. The problem with that is it is just how I sit in the thing, because, I like to put the seat all the way down because I'm a tall guy, and it just works out better for me. Gives me a better view of the road. Can't see the hood, but I don't care about that. Couldn't see the hood in my last vehicle, being that conversion van. Not the last, I couldn't see the hood in the last Freightliner either because I sat in it that way, but I couldn't see it in my conversion van because the hood was hardly there. So I'm not really worried about seeing the hood.
Yo, for real.
Then, not being worried about seeing the hood, if I adjust my sitting height by 1.5 inches because I have to now sit on a pad because the seat's not comfortable, and the seat's not comfortable on my back either, which then it's going to slide me forward, and I already can't put the seat back as far as I want to, so that's, a big problem. But that's not a problem with a defect with the truck. The problem then is, if I'm going to ride without cruise control, that I'm not comfortable in doing so, and so that's going to hurt me, and hurting me over the course of 11 hours of driving time is going to fatigue me, and then that's not good for anyone. And on top of that, because yes, there's more,
A gift.
it's a safety problem. See, Werner's going to want you to run cruise control as much as possible because it saves fuel. But if the cruise control doesn't work, they're not going to like that because it's going to use more fuel. And then they're all safety features with the active cruise control and the assisted braking and all that stuff. And with that stuff not working, safety's going to have a problem with it. So I get routed back to Lithia Springs.
And you came.
I get in on Friday, because mind you, I got in originally on Tuesday. I left on Thursday. I came back on Friday. And I sat there until Sunday before they took it into the shop. They had it in the shop for 4 hours, and then they told me it was good. So I said I was ready for a load, and I took a load. And on the road there, I only got about 20 miles from here before I realized, well, the speed limit was 70 and I could only do 65, so they didn't fix that. And it was a little while before I hit a bump, but as soon as I hit a bump, I realized that they didn't fix that either, so they effectively did nothing. Told my fleet manager, and they had me pick up another load and split it here, so here I am again. So now it's been a week that this truck has cost me. And at this point, I want new equipment. Well, this morning, I got back last night, which last night being Sunday night, because I left on Sunday and came back on Sunday night. I came back in on, well, I went back into the mechanic shop to get in line, and they had me take it to the dealer this morning. The dealer said they're not going to touch it for 2 days. I don't know how that's going to go, but in the meantime, I'm trying to get new equipment because I never wanted that Freightliner anyway, because I already explained that seat.
High-tech shit.
The seat's not the only problem. I mean, the truck feels like it handles like a car because the 16 had not as tight a steering and felt more like a truck, and now driving a truck that feels like a car is not cool to me. It might be to some of you, but it's not to me. On top of that, it doesn't have any power. If I'm hauling 20,000 pounds, it acts just like it does when it's hauling 50,000 pounds. And I see a problem with that because the hills in Atlanta ain't shit compared to some of the hills when you get into the Northeast. Then we get into mountains, and I'm going out west, so I'm going to be in the Rockies, and I don't want to be dealing with a truck that doesn't have any power. Though I know I don't have much choice. They're only going to have so much power, but it shouldn't have so much less power than the truck that was only a year older and had more than double the miles on it. I mean, there's no sense in that. So I'm trying to get myself into another truck, and my fleet manager's trying to get me into another truck because they don't want me to sit, but here I am, sitting in a hotel. And I can say that this hotel bed is much nicer than the one at Indy, and I have my own room right now, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Probably not very long, but maybe. Who knows? But yeah, so that's the long story, and I don't know what the resolution is or how long I'm not going to be in a truck, but right now I'm not in a truck and I'm not making much money. I know I'm making like $50 a day, but I'd rather be driving. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this and you want to see what else I'm angry about, you can check out that video. I don't even know if I can do that now because YouTube changed its thing.
Pre-suck my genital situation.
But I do want to thank everybody for watching. I wouldn't do this without you. I'll see all my friends later.
Sounds important. It isn't.